What makes the human race so complex? What separates them from anything else in this world that could be considered unique? There are approximately 7 billion people on the planet. From the moment of conception, every human being is formed with their own DNA, their own heart, their own mind, their own individuality. With that individuality come strengths, but with that individuality also come weaknesses. That means 7 billion different people on the planet. Nowadays, there is a push in the United States to have a formatted, universal curriculum for students in schools, despite the vast amount of individuality that teachers might see in the classroom. How do we, as teachers, in an increasingly streamlined society, foster the individual strengths of every child? How do we encourage diversity in the classroom so that a child can reach their full potential? Researchers, administrators, and teachers alike have all agreed that differentiation is the best way to promote healthy learning in a classroom. Differentiation is the process of responding to a variety of needs within the classroom and incorporating those needs into the way that one teaches their material. One author, J. Van Tassel Bosca, has stated, "Teaching is a performance art. Therefore, the test of success is demonstrating mastery of relevant techniques." This could not be more true. When one is standing up in front of a group of students, they have to keep every single one of them engaged at the same time. One cannot stick to one method. One has to incorporate multiple methods into the same exact instruction period. Differentiation is the way that you do that. Differentiation is based upon 4 things: the content of what you're teaching, the process of how you teach it, the product, what you expect to come out of the lesson, and the learning environment, the way you set up your classroom and its entire mood. When one differentiates on all of these, they help promote more learning. Multiculturalism is another way that teachers can greatly impact their teaching in the classroom with their students. Studies have shown that linking student lives to their education proves to have greater effect upon their learning capacity. When a teacher ties a student's life to his learning, the student can tend to understand things in a much more applicable way, and they will enjoy it more. This exercise is extremely effective in urban schools where students come from more poverty-stricken homes. Multiculturalism is also a way to promote community within a classroom. When students do not have an adequate appreciation for the cultures around them, divides are created. Misunderstandings, frustration, and strife occur in abundance, and students learn a false sense that their culture is the only culture deemed appropriate in the world. As a population of the 21st century, teachers need to understand that unity will only come from cooperation and understanding within the school walls. When one teaches their students the importance of the people around them, the students will in turn reflect that importance, and it will create a much more unified and uplifting atmosphere within the classroom. One author has stated, "Theories of intelligence are extensive in educational and psychological literature. However, regardless of the number of theories and perspectives that have emerged on intelligence, each with varying combinations of the original nature-nurture argument, which underpins so many debates in social life, intelligence as a subject of education seems to have no exhaustion point. This was stated by McFarlane. Howard Gardner came up with a system of 9 different intelligences: linguistic intelligence, the intelligence of words, logical, mathematical intelligence, the intelligence of math, musical, rhythmic intelligence, bodily, kinesthetic intelligence, intelligence having to do with movement of the body, spatial intelligence, naturalist intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, the intelligence of being able to work between people, intrapersonal intelligence, the intelligence used to work with oneself and better oneself, and existential intelligence. By using all of these, he desired to find which learning intelligence is strongest for everyone, and use those multiple intelligences to aid teachers in the classroom. By incorporating them into one's teaching, a teacher can address the needs of multiple students at the same time. It ends up becoming extremely effective within the classroom and promotes something fun and exciting for every kind of student a teacher might have. Teachers need to push for less of a cookie-cutter approach and lean more towards a multifaceted approach to learning. This is the best way to promote learning within every unique child that might come through their doors. RTI, or response to intervention, is another way for teachers to differentiate instruction. However, instead of having to do with the specifics of actually teaching the lesson, RTI is a method of using ongoing assessment throughout a subject. As a teacher teaches a child, they will continually assess whether the child is understanding the material or not. One source, Barnes, has said, "Data concerning a child's response to instruction and interventions can be used to guide instructional and behavioral decisions and even eligibility for special education services." Through using RTI, the school can assess where the best place is for that child to be, and they can take their course of action from there. Training is required for teachers to adequately know how to use RTI. This would account for additional funding by the school. However, as one can see, the benefits of this exercise are enormous. Arguably, it can be said that teachers have the absolute hardest job in the world. They are responsible for promoting the learning and growing of children, and they have to do this in ways that engage every single student in the best possible way. In order to do this, it is imperative that teachers use a differentiated approach within the classroom. Multiculturalism promotes community and unity within the classroom. Multiple intelligences best suit the needs of every individual student and their specific learning strengths. RTI is a way for teachers to adequately assess every student's abilities and monitor progress. All of these methods fall under the umbrella of differentiation, and they are all surefire ways to promote healthy and effective learning within a classroom. Each person is created with a unique mind and a unique heart. It is the privilege and joy of every teacher to be able to watch those hearts and minds grow in the classroom.